Hey, what's up, guys? So, quick little video here. I've been watching Star Wars Rebels, and it's been pretty cool. I've been enjoying it. It's definitely nice to have some some Star Wars content that's actually pretty good after coming off of this last season of The Mandalorian. Let me look it up. Actually, the last episode I watched was the episode with the Purgils. Though I think that's how you say it, the Purgils, the whales in space, right? Those whales are kind of cool. They were like a cross between a sperm whale, a killer whale, a humpback whale, and a squid in space. I've always had the idea. Let me pull that up and let's see. I've always had the idea that they're like the idea of these giant celestial creatures swimming in space. I always thought that was cool. Rebels, I was just searching this up. Season 2, episode 15. So am I pretty far into it? Yeah, 22 episodes. 22 episodes of season 2. So I'm almost done with season 2. So far I've been liking it. And as you guys know, I consider episodes 1 through 6 to be canon. That's it. As much as I love the Clone Wars, I don't consider it to be canon. I consider George Lucas Star Wars episodes 1 through 6 canon because there are stuff that happens in Clone Wars that doesn't fit in episodes 1 through 6. And there are inconsistencies in episodes 1 through 6, don't get me wrong, but that has George's name stamped right on it. So I just got to take the inconsistencies, you know what I mean? With Rebels, I'm liking it. It is definitely more kid-friendly than the Clone Wars. Just the overall tone, you could tell it was directed more towards children. And also with the Clone Wars, I feel like the Clone Wars was created to fill the gap between episodes 2 and 3, right? Versus Rebels, I feel like Rebels, the idea of the show was, hey, let's make a Star Wars show, and then we'll set it between, what is it? It takes place between 3 and 4, right? It felt like the idea for the show came first, and they were trying to figure out, hey, I want to create a show, let's create this idea, and let's put it between 3 and 4. Versus Clone Wars, the story was already there. Like, hey, let's tell the story that's already there. That's the big difference between Rebels and the Clone Wars for me. It's like Rebels was created to be a TV show. I've always liked the idea that Luke Skywalker was the New Hope. He was the only Jedi surviving, right? And we wanted to know, wait, why was he the only Jedi to survive? Survive what? The Clone Wars, what was that? You know what I mean? And then, yeah, Yoda says, there's another, and that's Leia. But we have all these other Jedi running around. We have Kanan. Before watching Rebels, I assumed that Kanan was pronounced Kanan, but it's Kanan. So we have Kanan, we have Ezra. I don't know if there's going to be other Jedi that's going to be introduced in Rebels. I'm not sure. We have the game that's coming out, Jedi Fallen Order. I'm excited for that game. What was the guy's name? Cal Kestis. We have Cal Kestis running around. And we have Ahsoka running around. We have all these How is Luke Skywalker a new hope? How there's multiple hopes around there running around to revitalize the Jedi. But you know what I mean? It takes some significance away from Luke. The thing is, my canon is George's canon, right? So is Ezra Bridger, Kanan, and all of them, is that part of George's canon in his head? You know what I mean? I don't think so. I think they wanted to create another Star Wars TV show, and they created Rebels. It was not created to service the overall story. It was created to service the idea of, hey, let's create a TV show in the Star Wars universe. Versus the Clone Wars, even though I don't consider it canon, and I do like it very much, that was more so created to fill a gap in the story. It was created to service the story. So that's it for my Rebels talk. I'm enjoying Rebels. I'm liking it. I'm really liking how they're using the Star Wars soundtrack. There's definitely an original trilogy tone throughout the show, and that's greatly due to the music. And you had a prequel tone to the Clone Wars, and that's due to the music. And also Anakin Skywalker's in there, Obi-Wan's in there. You got prequel characters. But yeah, I'm liking Rebels. It's really refreshing. I can't believe it's refreshing to hear Star Wars soundtrack in a Star Wars show. Come on. And I've also been playing Jedi Outcast. I played a bit about that. I played a bit of that back in the day, and I don't know. As a kid, I just couldn't get into it. I guess it was just too dark for me. The opening sections with only the blaster, and I think that was like the first shooter I've ever played, probably. And so I was like, come on, I wanted to be a Jedi here. So I've been playing that game now, and I'm really liking it. I'm enjoying the shooting section, the lightsaber section. Like the lightsaber combat feels impactful. Man, I didn't expect to be talking about Jedi Outcast in this video, but yeah, I brought it up because they used the actual Star Wars soundtrack, and that really, the music really puts you into that world. You feel like you're in Star Wars. So it sucks that while I do like the Mandalorian theme, it sucks that we don't get the actual Star Wars soundtrack. But I guess I do appreciate it for these TV shows because it does lend itself. You do feel like, hey, this is separate. This is not George Lucas Star Wars. It's its own thing. And so that works because to me, 1 through 6 is canon. And but anyways, whatever. I'm talking about things that I didn't even intend to talk about. I also want to mention that I've been wanting to do movie reactions because there are a good amount of movies, like old classic movies, good movies, and obviously new movies because new movies haven't come out yet. We can react to those, but I feel like there's a good amount. I'm talking to my friends. There's a good amount of classic quality movies that, I mean, they don't make movies like that anymore, right? So there's a good amount of movies that I haven't seen. So I'm thinking like, hey, I could do reactions to these. I feel like that would be really cool to share that with you guys. Because I watch movie reactions on YouTube, and I really like seeing people watch movies for the first time, watch my favorite movies or movies that I've liked, that I've created memories watching, and I like to see other people watch it. It's like I'm watching a movie. It's like I'm watching a movie with a friend and seeing the reaction, and I'm reliving the experience. So I figured, hey, there's a good amount of movies that I haven't seen, so might as well share that with you guys. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know some titles down below in the comment section. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.